Howdy folks, welcome to Maverick Gunworks. Today we're going to talk about a golden oldie, I think it is, probably, a para Ordnance stainless steel version, P10 45 limited, very small compact 45 caliber ACP. Alright, this is a 1911 style firearm, and we're going to show you a couple little things about taking it apart, cleaning it, and then maybe we'll go out to the range and give it a shot. Alright. I'm kind of looking forward to that, thinking about this is a really small, literally compact version, not a whole lot to hold on to for a 45 caliber. So it's going to be interesting to see what it feels like, honestly. We have a stainless magazine goes in it, holds 9 rounds, so you've got 9 plus 1s, a 10 round capacity on this gun. And with this one we have a hug grip on it right now, and it gives me a good feel as far as the rubber texture on the grip. But you have a fat, thick grip here, being a 45, and not very long. In this case, that's a compact model. It's meant to be a concealed carry gun, so you don't have a lot of length here. And that being the case, you've got a finger dangling on the bottom of it when you go to shoot it. All right, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And also with this one, really short barrel, and I haven't measured it yet. Maybe we'll take a look and measure that right there. Let's do that. Grab my little tape measure here, and look at that. I've got pretty much a 3-inch barrel, okay, and 45 ACP. We'll see how that works out at the range in a little while. But with this version, all stainless steel, good stuff. We have ambidextrous safety lever on it, so you got a safety on either side, a manual safety, all right and left side both. And with any 45, you cannot put the safety lever, manual safety does not engage unless the hammer is cocked, all right? So if I let the hammer down, the safety does not engage, all right? So we have it cocked. If you have the gun chambered, you have the hammer cocked back, you put the safety lever up, and now the gun is cocked and locked, all righty? The safety is locked on. Still will not fire when you push the safety down unless you have the grip tab safety pushed in. As with any 1911 style gun, we have to push the grip tab safety in, otherwise the gun does not fire. If I push the grip safety in, alrighty, and we have release of the hammer. Okay. Alright, one of the really good features about a 1911 style, and they've been around. There's a reason they've been here for over 100 years, you know? It's really good design that Mr. Browning came up with a long time ago. Alright. So looking at this version, we're going to do a little takedown of it to show you what it's like to take down and field strip it, to clean it. And in here we don't have the typical release of the barrel bushing from the front. On this version we're going to pull it back. Oh! I'll catch the magazine, our slide release on it here, so that I can catch my takedown lever. I'm going to pull my slide back to just engage the takedown lever. Little notch here, as with any 1911 again. We'll pull it back to engage our takedown lever tab, so that we can pull the takedown pin out of the frame. I'll catch it right there. Now I've got it. Push it from the back side where the pin sticks out, and we can pull it out. And then we can slowly release the slide, and be careful that you hold this so that you can capture the spring that is inside the frame. And then with this one, it is held in pretty well, so we don't see it flying away from us. And here again, I'm going to grip the slide upside down in the palm of my hand. With thumb pressure, push forward on the spring, and make sure you're having control of this spring, because it is not captured, all right? It will fly out if you're not careful. With that one, there you go. A short stubby spring for the short barrel here. And on this version, we're going to remove our barrel bushing from, not barrel bushing, it's the cap that holds the return or slide spring in, return spring. Bushing comes in from the inside out. All right. And then we're going to roll our locking link down, lift up on the barrel a little bit, and we can pull this forward. Okay. Now we have a barrel out. All right. Now the gun is field stripped as you would typically use. Here we can go in and with our solvents typically. Be careful about, caution about having solvent to clean all of the carbon that is on the face of your barrel, or slide rather, because there's a lot of carbon built up around. I see this because it's been cleaned to somewhat. This is a trade-in, just so you guys know. It's not one that we had in the shop, but we have it for sale now. But I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. It has a lot of oil on it. I've noticed that from whoever the previous owner had cleaned the gun up and put some oil on it to have it ready to use again. But that being the case, I'm going to wipe a little bit of this stuff off. We have a little more carbon built up than I'd like to see on the face of my, on the face of the slide here. So we can fix that part of it, clean it up good, come back with a little light lubrication. You don't need a lot of oil pulled up on this like it is now, honestly. I prefer not to have it so wet that it makes dirt stick to it when you're at the range. And we're going to wipe this off again. We have a little more oil than I prefer on it. So we need a little light lubrication, leave a thin film on it, and that's good to go. Okay. Ooh. Alright. Now, let's look at putting our slide back on it. Okay. And really that's as far as you need to go as far as cleaning it goes, field stripping. Unless you're really fairly familiar with a 1911 and have some good training on how to take these apart, I would not recommend a homeowner do this until you have some good instruction about taking the internal parts of this gun out, because they can be taken apart, cleaned inside like any other gun. But there's a couple of tricks you need to understand about taking the safety, the hammer, the sear, all that out of it, and be able to put it back in so that it's going to operate properly. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to fold my barrel link down, put the barrel back in. Okay. Pull the barrel link up. Our spring cap, I guess is what I would call it, goes in from the inside. Push it forward to have a containment for your recoil spring. Put the loose end of our spring in forward. Put a little spring pressure, our thumb pressure forward. We're going to push our recoil spring down and captured on the front of our barrel lug. Alrighty, we'll put it back on. We want to make sure that our link is hanging down, or force in this case turned up forward, so that we will have access to see through the hole when we put it back in, so we can put our pin through the hole. Alrighty, we're going to line our tracks up with the slide, a little bit of wiggle on the frame, and making sure that there's no safety levers or other impingements or devices in the way here. Pull back, okay, slightly, but maybe there's some safety lever in the way. There we go, a little bit of catch right there. Now pull it back so that my barrel link is hanging down and I can see all the way through the hole, so we can insert our takedown lever back in the hole. Alright, and with again with 1911 style, you're going to have a detent that captures the takedown lever here. So you're going to push a little bit of pressure up so you can push your detent in on that spring. Pull the slide back so that the notch on the slide aligns with the arch on your takedown pin. Push it in all the way, and now we're good to go. Now you can see your takedown pin goes all the way through the frame, and you've got the knob sticking out on the back. Or let's see, the end of the takedown pin looks like a button on the other side of the frame. But now it's locked in and ready to go. Okay. And this being the case, I'm going to do a trigger pull test on this gun. This is, it's been, I believe, tuned, let's say that, and has a really smooth trigger pull on it. I can see we have an adjustable trigger on it, also a skeletonized trigger on it. So let's take a look and see what it feels like on the trigger pull gauge here. Oh, spring-loaded mechanical device. Get a good grip on it. Hook our trigger here and give it a little tug. And oh gracious, yes, that's nice. Well, it's about 2.5 pounds, 2.5, 2 3/4 pounds. All right, let's try that again. Let's see exactly what we have here. Alrighty, a little bit of pressure. And there we go again. Between 2.5, 2 3/4 pounds. So that works out pretty good. Really nice feel. I can tell you just by cocking it, manually cock it and squeeze the trigger. It is very little movement to make the gun fire, which would make it a really good range gun, I think. So maybe not quite what you want for possibly a concealed carry gun, because it is a very, very little effort it takes to pull the trigger, but to each his own. All right. Tell you what, let's go put a few rounds in this magazine. We'll step out to the range and give it a whirl, see what it feels like. Okay, folks, we're at the range now. I've got this little pair of Ordnance P10 45. I've got a few rounds in it. They're 185 grain full metal jacket. So, by golly, let's give it a whirl, see what happens. All right. I'm looking for what the recoil is going to be like on this little short barrel. All right, with sport grip. Well, there we go. Actually, not as bad as I thought it would be. I guess it's a heavy gun, I guess, because it's all stainless steel. It's heavy for the size, so that does help with the recoil on it. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Pretty good, actually. Well, thanks for watching. And if you're happy with something, if ever gun works, give me a call.